All right, Two Cows Gaming fans, it's been a while. I'm back. I'm not 100% healthy yet, but I'm doing better. And we are continuing the Raiders rebuild for Madden NFL 25. Just a brief recap here. Our team just missed the playoffs. We went 9-8 on the season. Our overall rank for offensive points per game was number 22. Our offensive passing yards per game was 28th. Our rushing yards was 18th. Our defense was number 1 overall in points per game allowed, which is awesome. Defensive passing yards per game, we were 4th, and rushing yards per game, we were 18th. Nothing wrong with those stats, but we do have to kind of work on the offense. My quarterback kind of got into trouble and was sacked a few too many times, threw a few too many picks. So we are going to actually take a look at the offensive line. I do have the players that I'm looking at kind of scouted and who I want to look at. We're also going to re-sign a couple of our free agents to keep the team competitive and keep that morale up. But we have got a lot of cap room to play with. We're looking at $138 million in cap room. We only have $2 million in penalties. And most of our players are under contract, except for a couple of key players. So when the time comes, we're going to re-sign a couple of players, but we are going to look to maybe make a splash in free agency. But right now we got to get through the postseason storylines and into the playoffs. We'll sim through that, and then we're going to go to free agency, the draft, and then we're going to call it a day. But let's get going here. New message. Let's see what's going on. Oh, whatever. I'll take the heat. Well, they gave me a 3-year extension, so I'm not too worried. What are you going to go for in the first round? You know, I'm actually happy with the way that he performed, but I'm not. I'm not going to worry too much about what the press says. We're just going to get right into the playoffs here. And we only missed it by... If we had won one more game, we would have made it because we would have been able to beat out the Indianapolis Colts for the number 7 seed. I'm going to keep going. Who's playing? Does it actually give the schedule? No, it does not. Well, we'll just keep going. Pro Bowl. I'm not going to worry about that. So who's playing in the Super Bowl? What does the playoffs look like? The Dallas Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals. Wow. I wouldn't have picked that. Wow, the Colts bounced the Kansas City Chiefs in the first round. The Jets bounced the Ravens. And then the Bolts beat the snot out of the Texans. But that's kind of interesting. All right, so we'll just keep on advancing. And then after the Super Bowl, it's going to go to last chance to sign players. And we'll see who won. Did the Bengals bring the championship home to the AFC? Let's find out. Sure taking its sweet time, isn't it? The Bengals did win 28-17 over the Cowboys. All right, what do we got for retirements? Anybody on our team? Ooh. Okay, I don't think so. Let's just take a look at our team and see if anybody's retired. I don't think so. I'll be surprised if anybody did. Yeah, we don't have any people that retired. All right, let's get this pain in the butt press conference over with. You're going to be fussy. Why didn't you, exceed expectations, blah, blah, blah? Well, because my offensive line wasn't fantastic. Let's talk about the next few months. What's your plan for the upcoming off season? All right. Well, I think we're gonna try to win the draft. Although it's gonna be tough because we're like picking like late. I think we're picking 22nd. I always like to try to draft a sleeper. I don't necessarily do, but sometimes I get a good pick. All right. Let's upgrade our players, see who's available. Bruce Smith, he gets an upgrade. Gets 2 points. I drafted him because I just like his name. I don't know if he's any good. I watch for players that have kind of cool names because when the when the off-season rosters or the draft classes are curated by EA, sometimes they hide people with cool names as potential superstars. So I always kind of keep an eye open for people named Summerall, people named Madden, names that are kind of close to actual players. Like, I don't know how many of you played NFL head coach, but there was a player called Bo Jackson who was essentially Bo Jackson. So you kind of watch out for players like that. See, outside linebacker, we're going to go with speed on this guy. Yeah, these I think are all of our scout teams, the scout team players that we drafted. Probably should have developed him as a power runner, but that's okay. 1 point in elusive is not a big deal. Power rusher, yeah, that's fine. I don't even remember these. It's been so long since I've like looked at my roster because I've been so sick that I don't even remember the guys that I put on the practice squad. So we'll just keep chugging along here, keep upgrading players, and then we'll get to the re-sign people. Clint Birch, I remember him. Although I think I wanted to make him a field general this time because I think his arm strength is pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, throwing power is 96. That's okay. That's fine. Okay, so are there any staff moves that we need to look at? I don't think so. I really don't. I don't think so. I think our guys are probably okay. Oh wait, yeah, I think we're okay. Let's just take a look at our staff. Make sure that nobody got fired or nobody left. Kevin Thompson, our offensive coordinator, Roy Walker, our defensive coordinator, and player personnel are all the same. So we're fine. We don't need to touch anybody. Don't care about the mock draft. Remember, I screwed up on my scouting or my scouts at the beginning of the season, so I don't anticipate getting the best reports on players this draft. Fortunately, most of our players are under contract. Now, we're going to actually go ahead and make an offer to Max Crosby. It's going to hurt, but I think we want to keep him. 4 years. Ooh, that's a big contract. I think we're going to stick with 3 because he's going to fall off pretty quick, I think. Nice. So he's good. Not a huge dent out of our cap room either, so I'm happy about that. We'll accept the 5th-year option on Bowers because he's awesome. And then we got to kind of do some soul searching here and see what we got, who we're going to keep. Trey Tucker, was the top wide receiver. I have a feeling we can maybe do better. Jacorian Bennett, Tyrion Davis-Price, Cole Rudd, Ahmad Arbery. These are not names that are going to be a real surprise when I let them go, to be honest. Yeah, I don't see a reason to keep any of those players. The only player I'm going to keep is going to be Mayer. Because he is a big-time contributor to our team. All right, good deal. So we signed the two big names that we wanted to. I'm going to let Andre James go. He's 30. There's not a lot of upside to re-signing him. So we're going to actually see what's available in free agency. Let's see what the player meeting's all about. I think we're going to probably focus pretty heavily on the offensive line. I don't want to pay income. What? There we go. I don't want to pay income tax. What does one have to do with the other? Nothing. All right, so we're going to advance the week to the first week of free agency, and we're going to see who's available on the offensive line. We are going to look at we're going to look heavily at the offensive line because so couple of good players, but I don't want to overpay for them. Guard, I think we had some questions there. I like Elton Jenkins, but again, I don't want to overpay for him. $20 million per year. I'm going to maybe get 2 years out of him. 3 tops. Okay, this is more like it. But you know what? Let's take a look at what I've got on my roster. Because I don't remember what my guard situation is. I think I have a couple rookies. Left tackle. Okay, we got him under contract. Left guard. Might want to try to upgrade our left guard. Center, we need to get 2 centers and definitely a starter. My right guard, 2 years experience. He's 24. He's going to develop. And then right tackle, we got to upgrade right tackle. So we're going to try and get 3 offensive linemen in free agency if there's any good ones. So I need a tackle, a guard, and a center. Oof. Oh, Broderick Jones, 26, overall 81. He should be improving. So, yeah, we'll make an offer to him. Yeah, I think that's a good start. So that's 1 tackle. How many offers does he have? Not too many. And then let's go back up here to this guard position. Not a lot there. Center. The guy I let go is actually the best option. I don't like that, but we might have to go with that. So we'll go with 2. We'll go with 2 years because that's all that I trust him to develop. And then we'll look at, I think we're good. We're good with my other guard, but I think we do need another tackle. 33, 31, 26. You know what? We'll look in the draft. We're going to actually look in the draft. And then I want to look at cornerbacks. Who's available? Oy. Tre'Davious White, Kenny Moore II. Just not a lot. Well, Ringo. Yeah, I don't know, man. He's got good speed. Let's take a look at his card. Oh, it's not letting me look at his card? Oh, there we are. No, wrong guy. Wrong guy. I wanted to look at this young guy down here. Did he do anything the last season? 2025. No, he did not. He hasn't seen a lot of action since 2023. All right, so we're going to skip him. So yeah, I guess we're going to have to really look hard in the draft for an offensive lineman and probably a cornerback. I don't like doing it that way, but there's just nobody really that I want to spend money on. I've got the cap under control finally. I don't want to break the bank. I've spent money on our free agents that I wanted to protect. Okay. Okay, I have 0 active negotiations, so let's take a look and see if we got the players that we actually made offers to. Okay, so yeah, we got our center. And who was the other guy that we were looking at? I guess the other offensive lineman we were looking at went a different way. That's okay. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy with who we have in the defensive backfield. I don't want to make it seem like I'm unhappy. But I think we could improve. I want to improve our record. All right, so we got flat out turned down on a couple of them. Let's see who's available. We're going to have to go back and see who's available. All right, he's still available. No team's interested. Cam Robinson. Elton Jenkins. He went to Tampa Bay. Will Hernandez. Who did he go to? He went to the New York Jets. Better contract. That's okay. No use crying over it. I don't have anybody I absolutely am dying to have on my team in this end of the... Yeah. He went to Chicago. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna roll with what we have and see what we do in the draft. This could be a situation where we trade down in the draft. I've done it before. I don't have a problem doing it. So we got a couple of people, but I think we could have done better. Oh, private workouts. All right, let's... we're going to actually go right to cornerback. We're going to bring him in. And we will bring in him. And then let's see what we got for tackle. I think we'll bring in this guy from Wisconsin. I like his dimensions. 6'6", 307 pounds. He's a pass protector. It also doesn't hurt that I have him 80% scouted. So we'll bring him in for a private workout, see how he does. He could very well be the guy we pick up. But it just depends on how it breaks down, too. All right, let's go to our roster. And we're going to see what position we're picking in. We are picking 29th overall. So probably not going to be a lot of value in that pick other than to trade down. At least not for us. But it depends on who falls. So what I'd like to do is I might trade that one away and see if I could pick up another second-round pick and then maybe a third-round pick. Kind of fill out the lower half of our draft, the rest of our draft. Because remember, we made a big trade in the middle of the season to get who did we trade for? I don't even remember. But anyways, we need to. The middle linebacker, Buda Thompson. So, we're gonna actually probably trade out of the first round. Every career starts as a dream. All right, we're gonna skip ahead to our next pick. So we're going to actually pause this and see who's available. Okay. And we're actually going to... Who's available from my favorites? Halfbacks. Actually, let's go right down the line. I'd like to get a halfback, but I'm not going to reach for him in the first round. Okay, our Wisconsin guy that we wanted got drafted, so we're out of the running there. Let's take a look at our cornerbacks. The guys that we brought in for private workouts, they're gone. I don't see a reason to go with a middle linebacker here or defensive line. Our defensive line is stacked. But let's see what Ben Hoffman has to offer here. Strength. Ugh, poor strength. You're not going to make my team, friend. Anybody on the left tackle side that's worth looking at? Anthony Howard. Yeah, I don't see a reason to stay in this pick in this position. We're going to trade down. Okay, so I think this is the 2027. So we get a second and a seventh in this draft, and then a fourth in the 2028 draft, a third and a fifth in this draft, and a first in 2029, but that's a ways away. 2028 first round pick, third round pick, and a seventh round pick later on. Yeah, I knew that this wasn't going to be a real high value pick. So right now, looks like the Vikings are offering us the best option. I don't like waiting 3 years essentially to get a first round pick, but we do get a third and a fifth. Although I get a first round next year, a third round this year. Yeah, I don't like that either. Pick 30. That's not great. Yeah, I think the Vikings are actually the best one. As painful as it looks. All right. So now we'll skip ahead to our next pick, which should be the second round. And we're picking at 16 in the second. So let's see who's available. Don't need a quarterback. We're stacked at quarterback. But what about running back? Are any of our... Okay. Red's still around. We're not going to make a move on him yet. I need a fullback, but I'm not going to pick one up in the draft. I could use another wide receiver. Not critical. Anthony Howard. What's your strength? I don't remember. Elite strength. There we go. 41 reps. Welcome to the Raiders, my friend. Okay, now we'll skip ahead to our next pick. We've got a third round pick from Minnesota. So that'll be nice because then we have a fourth, 2 fifths, a sixth, and 2 sevenths. So we got an offensive lineman. That's good. Let's take a look at the defensive backs and see what's available. Man-to-man. Oh, man, I hope he's fast because he's short. Speed, solid. Not at 4.51. That's safety speed, my man. Round 3 to 4. What's his speed? 4.43, 4.36 on Pro Day. That's better. He's 6 foot, 205 pounds. I like that. He's from Georgia. He's right-handed. Okay, so maybe he was projected in the in the third or fourth round. But I like man-to-man players. So what do we got here? 4.41, 4.47. God, these are such back-breaking picks. I don't need a tackle. Day 3. I could use one defensive end. Day 3. Day 3. We're not going to worry about any of that. Do I have a defensive tackle down? No, I don't. Day 3. Day 3. Day 3. Round 3 to 4. Physicals. Poor strength. Yeah, no, you're not going to be on my team, friend. All right, well, it sucks, but I'm going to have to take this guy. All right, well. What do we got here? Speed 92, acceleration 90, but he has a hidden talent. So sometimes that makes up for maybe not having the best letter grade. All right, our round 4 pick. Let's see who we can get. At this point, we're going to be picking best available, as much as it pains me to say that. Obviously, we're going to base it on our position, but look who's still available. Kevin Red. Round 3 to 4. He's still hanging around. And we need to replace Tyrion Price. So... Yeah, I like this guy. I like this guy. Not a huge area of need, but yeah, they don't like that, but that's too bad. My team. All right, now we got to start getting kind of choosy. I wish that it had like a recap of who you drafted. That would mean so much. Let's take a look at that. I think I can look at my roster. Oh no. Nope, I can't. So how do you... I wish it would let me look at my draft picks. Well, let's see who's available. I know I need a defensive end, so let's see who's available. Dylan Dawson. Is he one of the ones that I was looking at? He is. What are his stats? He was a day 3 pick. Good acceleration, poor agility, change of directions, decent jumping's decent, speed is poor, strength is good. Okay, I think we're gonna not necessarily marry ourselves to that particular player. He's okay. How about this side of the... All right. Durham, is he on my list? He is. Let's see what we got here. Great acceleration, solid agility, change of direction is solid, jumping is decent, speed is solid, strength is marginal. I don't like that. I don't like that in a defensive tackle. Okay. What do I got for cornerbacks here? I've written down some players that I'm interested in. So, Young, McDougal, Majetti, and Felton. I don't see any of those guys available. I don't need a tight end. I've got 3 or 4 tight ends. Let's take a look at centers. Who's available? Oh, Shepard. He's on my list. Right? Yes, he is. Hopefully he's good. Poor strength. You're killing me with the poor strength. But we can actually sub in. We could put a guard in at center. Good strength, 36 reps, 33 on pro day. Yeah, I think we have found our third string center, if nothing else. Why? Is he better than I thought? Why are we celebrating? He's D. He's a D, man. You acted like you won the draft with that guy. I wonder sometimes. I think I got another pick in the 5th round. Yeah, I do. All right, let's take a look at the wide receiver position. because there is a wide receiver that I kind of wanted to draft on a whim. Baldwin. Oh, he's not available anymore. There was a receiver. He was 6'8", and I wanted to draft him just as a joke. But that's okay. Don't need any quarterbacks. I got 4 on the roster as it is. I could use a wide receiver, but I don't have any of the guys that I had scouted. So let's take a look at my favorites and see who's still available. Anthony Loud, Brian Stewart, Jay Fox. A lot of potential undrafted free agents here. Round 3 to 4 for Jeremiah Durham. But I think, isn't he the one that had trouble with his strength? Yeah. Day 3. Dalton Baber. Demetrius Darby. Man-to-man. Let's see what this guy's all about. 449. You know, it drives me crazy that it kicks me all the way back out. Like to the top of the list. 452, 454. Nope. Matthew Love. 457. And that was on a pro day. Undrafted free agents. Day 3. 3 to 4. Jonathan Porter. Rounds 3 to 4, and this is round 5. 475, 474. Ugh. I don't like that at all. Casey. 473, 474. Baker. 478. I love that these two say speed rusher, but there's no speed to be found there. To me, a fast linebacker is like 4.5. Greg McCain, run stopper. What's his speed? 4.63. Pretty slim pickings here, boys. Durham, Crockett, Ryan Blake. There was a guy that I really liked who was like 340 some pounds. Undrafted free agent. Was it this guy? No. Is there anybody that I really, really want? I don't see anybody. Am I really going to be reduced to drafting a tight end? Well, I need a tight end anyways to convert to a fullback. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. Again, why is it doing this animation? Like I won the draft. It's weird. C+. Okay, well that's fine. There's nothing really stand out about him. Speed, well, speed 84, acceleration 86. That's pretty good to put in there for a fullback. That's pretty good. All right, we'll skip ahead to the draft. I think next is round 6, right? And I think I have 2. Don't I? Maybe not. I thought I had 2 picks. Four, 5, 3, 4, 5, 4. Not crazy about him. Oh, that's pass coverage. Yeah, these guys are not. Pass protector. These are all guys that have tumbled out of the top 3 or top 4 rounds. They're just hanging around. Andrew Cobb, is he one of my guys? I don't think he is. No, he's not. Who is available at wide receiver? Because I had... All right. Yeah, he's not available. I don't think. Yeah, none of these guys are on my list. What's his speed, though? 4.41. Playmaker. 4.54. Slot. 4.38. There we go. That's our guy right there. Okay. And now we head to our next pick, which should be round 7. I don't know if I have 2 picks there or not. 1, 2. Yeah, I do. All right, so everybody's on the table now. I don't need another tight end, I don't think. Kendrick Donaldson, is he one of the guys I had on my list? No. Singer is, though. Poor strength. You're killing me, Smalls. Madsen, what about him? Strength. Poor. Weber. Strength. Decent. He's got elite agility, though. So that's something, I guess. David Knight. Ugh. I like his size, but his strength is not good. Tyrell. Oh, yeah, I had this guy on my list. Is he worth it? Not really. See, this is the problem when you screw up your scouts and you don't actually pay attention. You end up just picking willy-nilly in the draft. And it's kind of frustrating. I should really try to get a defensive tackle. Carlos Hankins. I don't know if he's any good. Not really. But you know what? We're going to take a flyer out on him. Hidden gem. Blue Birds are at it, though. All right, let's skip ahead to the next pick. So I'm going to get scolded because I didn't win in the draft, but that's a matter of opinion, so... I don't really need an outside linebacker. Scandrick. Whitfield. Jose Whitfield. 453. 446. 451. They're just not fast enough. Lauderdale. Well, this guy's my Mr. Irrelevant, so... Speed 84, acceleration 86, got good size. All right, I did all right. And that should be it. That should be it, right? Yeah, I don't have any other picks. So the question becomes, did I actually win in the draft? Let's do a draft recap and see how I did. My tackle is overall a 72, cornerback a 70. My halfback that I picked up, 67. So I didn't do great. But you know what? I think we're going to be okay. Let's adjust the roster. Because I got some players I got to move around. I've got 4 quarterbacks, 4 halfbacks, 1 fullback. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wide receivers. So somebody's got to go bye-bye. And frankly, this guy isn't going to cost me anything to let him go. Oh, okay. I need to get another tight end, I guess. So we got 5 tackles, left tackles, 3 right tackles. So a couple of those guys are going to be shifted around. We'll put 1 at guard. We might put them both at guard, actually. Yeah, because I need at least 1 more center and 1 more guard. Well, 2 centers and a guard. Because I'm just getting my roster set up for the preseason, so it doesn't really matter. We're going to move this guy, I think, to center. There we go. Defensive ends. I need a defensive end. I'm good on tackles. I need another outside linebacker. How am I on cornerbacks? I'm pretty well set with cornerbacks. I need 2 safeties. Kicker, punter. All right, we're okay. We just got some slots. We got some places that can I sign free agents right now? Doesn't look like it. So we'll advance to the next week, and we're going to see who's available because we do have some holes in the offense that we got to fill. So let's see who's available. First stop. Oop. Fullbacks. Ooh, quite a few. We're going to go with a rookie, though, I think. Well, actually. Yeah, we'll go with a rookie. Why not? Yeah, we'll sign him, too. Bring him in to compete. Who's available at tight end? I think we'll go. We're just getting bodies. We're not real concerned about, how good or how bad they are. We're looking for some key stats. That's about it. Like for offensive linemen, you always want strength. So we're going to go with the strongest player that we can get. We'll go with him. 65. Yeah, we'll go with him. And then I need to go with another guard. Again, we're kind of just looking at strength. 1 year, Courtney Pierce. Yeah, sure, why not? Now I need 3 defensive ends. I don't know that there are 3 defensive ends to have, but we're going to take a look at them anyways. Maybe. No, too short. D'Angelo Bynes. Yeah, we'll take a flyer out on him. So that's 1. Oof. So we'll go with this guy just because his strength is 87. What do we have here? I'm going to look at defensive ends too, or defensive tackles as well. I got to get that strength highlighted though. There we go. 6'1", 295. I don't think so. I don't like those dimensions. Well, he was on my list, so we'll actually sign him. He may be better as a defensive end. (6'3", 6'6". There we go. Javier Smith. Welcome to the Raiders. Cornerbacks, we're just looking for size and speed. He kind of fits the bill. Bob Smith. Okay. And I'm just looking because I'm looking for potential safeties is what I'm looking for. There, I think we're good. So what I'm going to do behind the scenes before we play our next game and before we do our next video is I'm going to get the roster all shipshape, get my players where they need to be, and then when we come back, we're going to sim against the Cowboys and hopefully steal a win, get our players kind of trending in the right direction early in the season. We'll deal with the press conference on the next video as well. But until that time, remember, as always, be safe, be kind, and remember, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, you do matter and you are loved. Have a great rest of your weekend. I will see you in the next video, everybody. Take care.